Hello out there, my dear friend. Welcome back once again to Blind Dad Does. My name is Ira, and I hope that you're having a very, very good day. Today has been an interesting one, but hopefully everybody out there is doing all right and feeling all right and all of that kind of good stuff. I have with me my dear one, Jolene. Hello, Jolene. Let's see if we can hear you.
Hello.
There you
Yeah,
are.
I could hear you. I just had to unmute myself.
Yeah.
Hello.
So hello, everybody. And I hope that everybody out there is, well, having a decent day, having a fun day, having all kinds of whatever. That is the Missus Indeed. Hello, Chaos Pixie. How you doing out there? She is my dear one, my love, my one and only, the light of my life and the lover of my loins and all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, so yeah, we're here to do a little bit of art, a little bit of fun, all kinds of stuff today. And yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know. It's kind of a random day. And I have a couple of new things that are installed into the stream here. So for channel points, if you guys save up enough, you guys can use the little talking hand. And basically, if you redeem the channel points and you type something in, it will say whatever you type. So I don't know, something weird, goofy, fun, whatever. I don't know. Something to do besides scaring the absolute crap out of me with the other sound effects that we have on there. So yeah, it is what it is anyways. But I was working on a piece the past few days, and I'm really pleased with how it was coming out as far as the figure goes. But I'll be honest with you, the background is destroying me. Like really, really destroying me.
Cause the face ain't home.
Exactly. Talk to the hand because the face ain't home, and you got to see the little cute little hand come up. It's all kinds of adorable. So anyways, it's cute. I like it. But yeah, I'm kind of just putting different things onto the channel and doing different things that might be fun, you know. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with it all. It could be a little chaotic, but you know, we're all about the chaos here, right? So I try to make it an interesting time for people to be here, not just like staring at my ugly mug here, but now you have a pretty mug to stare at with my wife being up there in the corner. Which direction is it? That direction. So you're in the right place indeed. So anyways, this picture, like, I honestly don't know what to do with it. Okay, I'll be frank with you guys. I know exactly, exactly, Chaos. So like, the picture was starting to turn out really good, right? I'm very like these feet. These feet are just I love these feet, right? I love these feet, and of course, I mean everybody loves the booty pic, right? But
Oh yeah, it's the booty that everybody comes for.
it is indeed. But I basically haven't touched from like right here in this zone forward, and I was like working for, I don't know, hours last night on this damn background, and it was just frustrating. Like this is basically what I've come up with as far as the backgrounding kind of thing goes, and I'm just not pleased with it. Like it's not matching it at all. It's not pleasing me at all. So instead of sitting here with frustration for hours and hours and hours, I figure what I'll do is go ahead and try, well, a different picture. You know, maybe something else will come up, and I can, you know, try to work with it and just get my mind on something different as far as art goes, and try to, you know, come up with something new. And maybe in the meantime, I can then like go back to the picture and finish it up in a more appropriate way, basically. But like at the moment, it's too frustrating, and I figure the best thing for me to do with it is to just, you know, walk away. Just walk away. Don't worry about it. Just walk away. So that's what I'm gonna do. Kind of what my brain and mind are telling me to do. And I know from my own experience that if I was to try to push it like further into the boundaries that I'd like it to go, you know, and all kinds of stuff, it just, I don't know, it's not going to turn out the way that I wanted it to originally. So, you know, just move on and try a different picture, basically. So that's what we're going to accomplish, hopefully. And hopefully something decent will come around. I don't know. But Jolene is up in the corner over there doing her crochet work. So we will go ahead and let her talk for a moment. What are you up to over there, Jolene?
I am crocheting your bag for your drawing tablet that you will be using for the evening.
That sounded horrible for a moment there.
I know.
I'm
I know.
crocheting your bag.
I'm crocheting your bag. Yeah, I'm crocheting a bag that will have handles to hold your drawing tablet so that it can be up off the floor and have at least a little bit of protection. This is day 3 of me working on this, maybe 4, I don't know. This is what it's looking like so far. Colors wise, it's kind of a burnt orange, yellow. It kind of fades to other colors, and then it eventually turns blue. The ball of yarn does eventually turn blue, but I don't think we're gonna get to the blue before I get done. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Ollie B was the one that chose the color of yarn, so it's a pretty color yarn.
It is. I'm gonna like it. It'll be nice because it's the kind of color that kind of contrasts for my eyes, so I'll be able to see it a lot easier for myself. So
exactly, which is kind of why I was hoping it would like at least get to blue. That way you have like a range of warm colors, cool colors, lights and darks to be like, okay, where is it? Oh, here it is, But like I said, I really don't think we're going to get to the blue, but we'll see.
That's okay if not. No biggie. So, those of you guys that have tuned into me before, you guys know that I try to do things in like a little bit of a tutorial-y kind of a way with my art because it makes me a little less nervous about being here with you guys. So that's what I'm going to run with. I'm going to show you guys the start of my process here so that you guys can get an idea of what this weird old guy is doing here. So what I do when I open up a new document, I use Photoshop primarily because it has the tools available for me to make use of with this beginning part. I have tried other art programs and it hasn't worked out as well. So I'm going to keep running, I guess, with Photoshop, at least for this part of things. And I'm trying to get like a little bit of practice going with Clip Studio Paint so that I can make use of it perhaps. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with it. But I've also tried out Painter, and that one's a pretty decent program. My one problem that I had with it is that whenever I would try to use the brush, so like for instance on Photoshop, if I go to the brush tool right here, if I was to draw, then the brush remains exactly the same. Like I can see the edges of the brush. I can see where it's at. I can see what it's doing, so on and so forth, right? So someone like me with vision issues, I can aim with it. You see what I mean? Painter, for whatever reason, when I'd go to push the pen down on the tablet, the brush would switch into like, I don't know, a random icon kind of a thing instead of actually remaining what the brush shape should be, right? So like, I've got this brush for my pattern stamp that has this unique kind of a look to it, but I have to be able to see what the brush is doing, right? And for whatever reason with Painter, I couldn't do that. It makes no sense that a program that is designed from the ground up to be for someone having like the realistic brush feel and so on and so forth, not having the brush shape being available to see when you're actually using the brush, that just doesn't really make any sense to me. So I couldn't really make use of it, and it might just be a thing with the settings or something like that is causing the issue. But I don't know. I mean, I went through all the settings on it and I could not figure out for the life of me what might be occurring with it, So I don't know. I'll probably mess around with it again at some point to see if I can get something to work. But as it stands at the moment, it's not really something that I can make use of. So, in the meantime, I'll just stick with good old Photoshop. It's what I've become accustomed to using. I've used it for years, and so may as well, right? So, anyways, when you start out a canvas with this method that I use here. When you start off the canvas color doesn't necessarily matter if you have your tool set on 100%. Okay. I also have the brush shape as kind of a really odd shape. It looks sort of like Kermit the Frog screaming into the night about something. So the reason why I've got it like that is because the textures that come out with it are really nice to work with my eyes. So what I do with the pattern stamp tool, I usually have it set on about 20%. And the lower your opacity is on this tool, by the way, the more the color that you start off with on the canvas matters, because it's going to bleed through a lot more. So kind of depending on the theme color that you're looking for in your particular piece of art this time around, you might want to dedicate this canvas color to be that theme, right? So I want to do something kind of more in the red this time around. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of like run with a reddish sort of a tone, perhaps for the background area. So beyond that, the other things that I do is I have in the pattern stamps, I have different images that are kind of pre-programmed into it. They're images that I've run across or images that I've created that have color palettes that I'm really, attracted to. And so when you have the pattern stamp set on like not impressionist, then what you're going to basically do is just make a copy of that pattern, right? But we don't want to do that. We don't want to steal somebody's art. The only thing I want to do is make use of the color scheme that they had going on, So if you have it on impressionist and you have it with aligned turned off, you're literally just laying down random bits of color and that's it. And so with this tool, having this shape of a brush, you see that there are all kinds of really weird like whirls and patterns and circles and bits and bobs and strings and all kinds of stuff all over the place. And that's because that will give my eyes something to grip hold of and start trying to make use of a little bit of cloud watching. So instead of staring at a blank canvas, it just gives me something that hello, beauty.
Hello, beauty.
It gives me something my eyes can stare at. Good God, beauty knows how to make an entrance. Hello, how you doing? Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
Amanda, you came in at a good time too.
Oh, happy hump scare. Yep, indeed. Indeed. Jeebus. Love you, beauty. Did you get those sound files I sent you? Because you can definitely make use of all of those, that's for sure. Good. That'll work. So, as I was saying, you can make use of the colors in these patterns so that you can, use something to grip hold of, get your eyes working, something to stare at, So, that's what I do. That's how I start things off. That's how I begin things, and that's what I'm going to run with here. So
Distractions. Yay.
Distractions, yay. Indeed. So, Jolene just tested out there. I've got a new thing installed. If you want to use channel points, you can make the talking hand come out and say whatever it is that you want to have it say. So, that's the distractions there. Yes. I love them. So, anyways, I'm going to get started here just a little bit. I'm going to see what I can maybe work out here and run with. So, just going to kind of lay some things out and go from there. I don't know. I don't really have a good idea of what I'm looking at doing today, but I was saying at the beginning of things, for those of you guys just tuning in, I was working on that image that I've been on for the past couple of days, and while I really love how the figure is turning out, the background on it is killing me. It really is. It's just absolutely destroying me, and I don't want to try to mess with it right now because it's kind of just pissing me off. So I like how the image itself is coming out, and I'm very pleased with the figure, but I don't want to like abandon the thing altogether. So instead of doing that, basically I'm just moving on to a different image for now. And once I get maybe a little bit better idea of what I want to do with the background on it, then I'll go back to it and I'll kind of work things out from there. So we'll see what happens with it, you know, but I'm not like giving up on it. I'm just kind of moving into a different project for right now, just to see what I can do. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm at. That's where we're at with all of this. So, let's see. I mean, I'm kind of seeing a couple of things here. I'm seeing a few different figure types that are here with this image, that I can maybe use. I don't know. We'll see. We'll run with it. So how's everybody doing out there? How's your days been? What's going on? Beauty, we were talking earlier about how your work is driving you crazy, and I'm very sorry to hear about that. I hope that things get better with it. I really do. Work sucks, and it sucks even worse when you're in a bad position. So also, as far as the sound bites goes, what I do is the sound alerts. I have that sound alerts installed through Twitch, and that's what they're using. The
Father, give us booty.
I might give you booty on this one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I love that little talking hand. That's so helpful. You guys can make use of it to make sure that I'm seeing your messages. Oh. All right. Let me see what I can get working out here. Anyways, I use the sound alerts, and that's what brings that part of things in. And then also, the sound alerts works for bits. I've been able to get it to work for bits, but I have not been able to get it to work very well for channel points. What I use for the channel points is one called Blurb. It's BLREB or BLERB, sorry, Blurb. And that one, it works much the same as the sound alerts extension goes, but I think that it works a little bit better overall. So you can like integrate in the channel points into it and then have those made available. It's pretty easy to use. So run with it, my children. Run with it. Is my brush going to work? That is the question. That is the question of the ages. Yep, it looks like it is. Okay, good. Amanda, have you been working on art today? How's your art going? What's going on with you? How's your day been?
Attention all personnel. Welcome new recruits to the land of the future. All recruits report to orientation, that is all.
Aw. Amanda, thank you for giving that gift sub over there to Pretty Bird of Prey. Pretty is pretty awesome too, so working on updating the star animals. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try this, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Shh, it's a secret. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Is the star animals the ones where like it's the pictures with the stars in the background, or is it like a different project? Okay, yeah, I think I know which ones you're meaning. Did you have them available at the fair when I bought your picture? The other picture from you guys? If so, then yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Did I just mess things up on the stream? No, okay. My vape fell and hit my stream deck, so I wasn't sure if it screwed things up.
Your vape is trying to cause chaos, I see.
It is trying to cause chaos, yes. I gotta do something with it here real quick. Okay, there we go. Should be better. And I may as well take a vape while I'm there.
You're looking pretty cool, Amanda. And I will say, I love anything and everything to do with cats, especially tigers, so might be one I might grab from you, just so you know. Just so you know.
She does love kitties. Anything kitty. Okay, I'm not displeased with how this figure's coming out so far.
It almost looks like you should have like another figure next to.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, there's a black figure right here that it's
Right.
that she's like gripping hold of.
Dancing.
Maybe.
Could be like a weird yin yang picture. Have the darker figure have lighter hair, and the lighter figure have darker hair. Kind of a weird yin yang coupling picture. I don't know. But she definitely looks like she's dancing with somebody. So. And again, of course, you have a booty pic.
It's a booty, yes.
you know what your audience likes. They like the they like the booty.
They want the booty. You're still there working. Gotcha, beauty.
We will not be held responsible for any hearing impairments or damage caused to you from excessive exposure to this sound.
I've got a couple of new little sound alert things going on. Sugar.
Boop boop boo doo 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 doo.
Sugar.
You got what I was going for.
Trying to think of where I want it to go here. Or what I want to do. Because I could have it just be like I'm thinking like a shadowy kind of a figure being there, as opposed to much of anything else, you know, like just a shadow guy.
Right, like more of a figment, like maybe
right,
like
right,
a lost memory kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Amanda just sent me another picture of her stuff on her not to deer picture, so I got to see the update of it. Ooh. Ooh. Behind the scenes. And it's coming along pretty good. It's
special.
like really good.
Front door.
Oops.
All right, do you want to go check? Just taking a moment trying to figure out what I want to do here. That's kind of what I was thinking, is something like fiery or something along those lines. Yeah. That's why I was just trying to pick out this little color here and just laying a couple of things out, trying to see what might work. Good instincts. Good instincts. That would actually, yeah. I would really love too if somebody would like if folks would send me sketches that I could then like try to see what I could do with it. Beauty of Nightmares there did that with me just a little while back, and I really like what came out with it. Like really pleased with it. I can show you guys here real quick for those of you guys that maybe haven't seen it yet. It was this little gal right here. If I can get it to show, there we go. So she sent me a sketch, and I kind of ran with it and did it, did things based on it within my own style and stuff. And this is what ended up coming out with it. So I don't know. I liked it. I liked how it came out and what ended up happening with it. So I would love it. Yeah, absolutely. I would love it. It would definitely be a lot of fun. I'm not sure about that. I think I like it just kind of being more of the shadowy figure. Adds a little allure of mystery, and I can kind of work something out from there.
Almost got to see an Elliot.
Oh, was he up on the chair?
Yeah, when I opened the door to come back in, he ran straight in my chair and he sniffed at the microphone.
So close. Let's see.
This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
Indeed, the Happy Little Mountain song.
This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
Right now she has quite the bodacious booty going on. Let's tone that down just a little bit. Big ol' apple butt. Hmm. I love this one. It's a happy little funky swing song.
Love the swing stuff.
Yeah, me too. Electro Swing is very fun. Hey, Savv. Yep, indeed. Jolene has joined in with me. Finally convinced her. It's going pretty good.
Hello.
Going pretty good. Just kind of getting started with this thing here. I started off with this paint splat right here, and I've been working from there trying to get something to come out of it. So, not sure what's going to work out, but we'll see. We'll see. Just trying to get like the placement of things down right now, so like her head just didn't seem like it was quite in the right position for the rest of her body, so I think maybe right around in there is going to be better. What do you guys think? I think that looks about right.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, my love.
It's terrible. Terrible. Hopefully it'll be a fun one. It feels like it will be, you know, right now it feels like it's going to be an okay one, you know? And I'm all about the feely feels. Gotta love the feely feels. Or something like that. Kind of doing a little bit of cleanup on the sides there.
won't be able to see him very well, but I will show off Elliot real fast.
Woohoo.
He's dark though, so he's not going to show up, and he doesn't like being helped. Okay, I'm sorry. He's like, no, how dare you?
No, I cannot be seen. So, I guess my main thing, Savv, is that I've gotten accustomed over the years to like working with my blindness, and so like the way my blindness works, everything kind of warps and shifts into each other, and every time my heart beats, the whole world pulses with it. So when I lay out the paint splat on the canvas, basically it's pretty easy for my eyes to like spot things being there that I can then like make use of my blindness for once, basically, and kind of try to form with the brush what I perceive as being there, even though it may not like actually exist to you guys. Like you may not actually see the same paint splat pattern that I am. It's kind of a way for my brain to say, oh, okay, I see something. I also have I also suffer, well, I guess you could say suffer, quote unquote, from a very extreme sense of pareidolia, which is kind of it's like a weird scientific expression for being able to see faces in patterns, basically. And so by extension of that, seeing bodies and figures and that kind of thing is also a big part of it. So just try to, get as best as I can, like working with the limitations that I have. And thankfully it's, I guess the best way I can put it is that like I've tried to transform my disability into something that could be an advantage when it comes to the art. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'll try to work on a piece and like I'll see it, I'll still be seeing it as I'm working on it, but then like something will happen and it just kind of like falls apart, and then I can no longer see it being there. So it's a little funky, but I try to do what I can with it. But I'm glad that you enjoy it, definitely. Like I've said before, I'm still pretty nervous about being here with you guys and showing what I do, but I'm trying not to let it stop me, Trying not to let the nervousness stop me. Right, yeah. And that's my hope. That's my ultimate hope, is that like you guys will at least try to I can do it well enough, hopefully, that you guys will still like be able to see what's there comparatively, So Lillian, hey. Hi, how you doing? I'll wave to you since you're on mute. Hello, Lillian mom. Technically, I said Lillian mom, but who's counting? Quibbles. So how's everybody else out there doing today? What?
I had my rehab this morning. Cardiac rehab, of course. Went well. Not too bad. And then made dinner. Went to the store and then made dinner. It's pretty much been my day. Savv says, been pretty good today.
Good. Glad it's been a good one for you.
It's double XP on Fallout, so I was playing that today.
Yeah, you know what? I know they're having the double XP thing, and I need to log in and do some with it because I need to get this season complete. I'm at like 70 some odd right now for the rank for the season, and I know I need to get it complete because I'm so close. You know what I mean? And with the double XP thing going on, I really, really want to take advantage of it, but I'm here. I'm doing art. You know, it's like, which one do I want to do? Which one do I want to do?
It's kind of hard to do both at the same time. So.
It is, unfortunately. Yeah, I did the double score part of things a little bit. I think I did it for 2 days, if I remember right.
Only rank 30 or something. You're both definitely way higher than me. I've gotten... Yeah, he has streamed Fallout before. That's actually what he started doing, both on YouTube and on Twitch, was streaming, playing games, specifically Fallout. But has fallen into the art community and has fallen in love with doing that.
Yep. I have on my YouTube channel, I have a bunch of weapon spotlights that I've done because I've got quite a few really nice weapons and goodies and stuff. So that's what I started doing, was like weapon spotlights and that kind of thing with it, which was fun. Had a chance to show off some of my goodies. So I've been playing since the day it was released. You know, I've got over 2,200 hours in the game, so I've come across some goodies.
Plus, you have the Fallout First membership.
Yeah.
I have Fallout as well, but I don't have the membership.
Well, it's because we share the world.
Huh?
We share the world.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not meaning it as a bad thing. I was just, I don't even play it for the same reason everybody else plays it. So
Right.
I play it to explore and to give appreciation to the little minor details that they put in the game.
Yeah. Jolene is all about like finding those like visual stories that Fallout is really good for telling. Teddy bears, mostly.
There's a house, for example, by the Nuka plant. I think that's where it's near. That if you go inside, there's a giant rad roach that's sitting on the toilet. It's got a top hat, a cane, a wedding ring, a cigar, and then in the room next to it is a room set up for a baby with a baby bonnet, like the toys, the crib, yeah, everything. It's hilarious. Single dad just couldn't take it.
That is definitely one thing that Fallout is really good for, those little visual stories like that. They're a lot of fun. There really is, yeah. All the Fallout games are really good for that, but they did a really good job with it with Fallout 76, I think. I appreciate it. My biggest thing with the game is I like to build camps. I've built hundreds of camps, literally.
I collect the teddy bears.
Yep. Oh, well, hi, Liam. Hi, Robert.
Hi.
Hope you guys are having a good night. Sorry, I'm exposing your kid to a booty. Yeah, I love doing the camp building. It's a lot of fun.
You boys need to convince your mom to start streaming on Twitch too.
Uh-huh. That would be awesome. And if you're like concerned about showing yourself on camera and that kind of stuff, there are a lot of different alternatives. I mean, there's the VTubing kind of thing that you could do. There's there's a lot of artists that just do no camera at all. You know, they just show their art process and stuff. So, yeah, just need equipment. What kind of equipment do you need? You have a computer. You can even do it on a phone, really. I woke up today with the weirdest thing happening. So normally I'm at 97.7 or so on my temperature, but I woke up today and I was like super cold and I could not figure out why. And so I started checking my temperatures just to see what was going on, and my temperature was at like 95.9. Like, what the crap, Ira? What's going on here? And of course Jolene was freaking out about it. Checking my temperature, checking my blood pressure, checking my heart rate, all that kind of stuff. My heart rate was at like 67.
Check out. I love you, and that's 2 degrees lower than what you're normally at.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're getting sick with something, kind of need to try to figure out what it is and nip it in the bud, because
yeah, well, you know. But I think I'm doing okay at this point. Need something to capture tap down because I do traditional, not online. Yeah, like just a simple webcam would work. You could set it up like on a tripod facing down or something, you know. Wouldn't be too bad. It would do. A lot of people do exactly that kind of thing. Thankfully, with digital, all I got to do is do a screen capture. It's a little bit easier, you know, but otherwise, I mean, it's not too bad, really. And there are a lot of people that do, you know, exactly that kind of thing. They just have their webcam, you know, facing down or facing the easel and that kind of stuff.
you have a laptop at all, or just a computer? Because my laptop, that's what I'm using right now. I have a laptop and it has a built-in webcam to it.
Right.
computer. Okay. Well then,
Desktop.
no built-in webcam for you.
Right. You can get them reasonably cheaply at Walmart, though. I think they've got them for like $20-$30. It's not too bad. Well, there you go. Picture done. I kid. Mostly. I'm feeling like this arm needs to be shorter just a little bit, maybe. Something around in there, perhaps. Because her seemed a little too extended, you know, foreshortening and all that kind of good stuff. I'll have to join you to keep you talking. Hey, no problem. I know a certain Ollie that would definitely love to do that kind of thing too.
I will say too, I don't know how much you agree with this idea, but I know there's some that when they stream, they have another person that streams with them and they do music so that there's no talking needed. There's just someone's painting and then the other one do the music.
Yeah. They do co-streaming where they're like the one is a DJ and they use the artist to do the stuff on the screen while they're doing the DJ work and stuff. So nobody talks, it's just music playing, you know. And I mean, legit, you could do the same. You could just come on with just music. That's it, you know. Nothing wrong with that either. A lot of people when they're like watching art streams, a lot of people just kind of lurk. They're not, you know, they're watching, and they're usually like, for instance, Lily and Dusty there right now is lurking, but they're not actually listening because they have themselves muted. That's pretty common.
So yeah, point is, talking is not necessary if you don't want to go that route. We just do.
Yeah. I mean, I do mainly because I'm so used to being on the radio and talking and stuff, so. Loud knows I got things to say. Me? No, never.
By the way, I haven't been on Facebook much. How is the little ant farm going?
Yeah. How is that? Yeah, that looks a little bit better with that arm, I think. I think I got it corrected pretty good there.
I will say that the dark figure, it almost looks like they have wings going on.
That's what I was working with, yeah.
Okay. It's going. I just switched them to the 2-tube setup. That's cool.
This song is so chipper. So very chipper. I hate to say it, but I'm needing food. Like, it's crazy.
You want those carrots and celery?
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, I could do a couple of the carrots actually. That sounds
just
so good
carrots
right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of having one of those days, I think, where my sugar is a little bit weird, you know, because I just ate dinner not all that long ago, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll let Jolene talk while I eat a little something. Noah's terrified of spiders, but wants a jumping spider to face his fears, so might be jumping into that as well. Do you know I'm not a bug person? Yeah, so you're not super happy with the fact that your kiddos are like all about wanting to do bug stuff right now, right? Maybe a good way for you to get over your fears too. Here, Mom, I'm going to force you to get over your fears. Yeah. Kids love to do that. Pardon me while I eat a little bite here. Well, Magic 8 Ball says that I'm going to get this picture done, so I'm going to trust the Magic 8 Ball. Baby jumpers hatched on your desk. Oh my goodness, really? Really? That sounds like joy. We get some spiders here, but it's not too bad. Surprisingly little compared to the fact that we're here in a rural territory, you know? But I don't mind spiders as long as they're not the ones that like to, get real bitey, like brown recluse and that kind of thing. Otherwise, for me, spiders are kind of and really bugs in general. It's kind of a thing of, okay, don't show yourself to me, don't crawl on me, and you're okay. You can do whatever you want to do, right? But and don't get into my food. The one main critter though that will die in fire as the second I see it is any kind of roach.
I absolutely love the crab spiders. They are so cute to me.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love crab spiders. Anytime I see them, I'm just like, well, hi, little dude. You're so cute. And then the cutest spiders is the ones that have like the little, are they called like peacock spiders? The ones that they shake their
Peacock
butt and they're
spiders.
so, yeah, they're so colorful and they're cute. They just,
So the Magic 8 Ball says that I am going to complete this painting.
I'm sure you will finish it. Yeah, it's just a matter of when. Will you finish it today? Ooh.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Oh, you don't care about that one. You know, though, if you needed a Magic 8 Ball, I literally have right here a Magic 8 Ball.
This is true. For those of you guys just tuning in, hello. My name is Ira. This is Blind Dad Does. Currently, I'm chewing on a carrot because I'm starved. But up there in the little corner there is my wife, Jolene. Hello, Jolene.
Hello.
Right now I'm trying to do a little bit of art. Maybe badly, but we'll see. The Magic 8 Ball says that I'm going to get it completed. So we'll see what happens.
And then I am crocheting a bag. It's kind of not as entertaining, but it's a colorful bag. It will be.
Oh, it's highly entertaining.
It's very entertaining. I'm doing the same stitch over and over again. However, my next project will be Cthulhu. I will be crocheting a Cthulhu amigurumi doll thing. Bags are. Oh, hey, Fox and Bull. Whichever you are, or both. Hi. Bags are something I'm still practicing on in finishing nets. And fishing nets. I'm sorry. Finishing nets.
Hey, Fox and or Bull. Either way, the fabulous couple. Welcome on in.
I know Fox, right? Fox is the one that crochets, right? Or do they both? I think
Fox does.
It's Fox at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I think it's Fox that does.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Woohoo. And right off the bat, Lillian. F you, Fox. Okay.
Hello again, Lillian. So you guys will have to pardon me. I'm chewing on a carrot right now, trying to get a little food in me. My sugar levels, I think, have been a little bizarre today. I woke up, my temperature was at 95.9. That's really low. I'm not sure what happened there. But the Magic 8 Ball says I'm getting this one done, so I'm trusting the Magic 8 Ball. I have faith in it.
Not only did you wake up with your temperature low, you're willingly eating vegetables. I mean,
something's wrong with me today. You're not looking anymore. Hello, Lily and Mom. How you doing?
Hello. By the way, I never did get to say yesterday on your stream, I love your Rugrats shirt. I noticed it after I got off the stream that you had a Rugrats shirt on. Because I was looking over Blaine Dad's shoulder as he was telling his funeral story to you. And then I was like, oh, she has on a Rugrats shirt. I love it. I told him to tell you, but I don't know if he did. Did you, Tor?
I did not.
You did not. Well, I'm saying it now. Hello and good evening to you too, Lillian. Sorry I turned the convo towards butt stuff last night. Oh. Well, and as you see, Blind Dad has another butt for us, so he is fitting the motif here.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I have to follow the passions of my viewers.
My lovingly child just gave me a salad, so I'm going to have a salad today. So we're both eating here. I'm sorry.
Well, since both of us are eating, pardon me while I'm chewing here, but since both of us are eating, now would probably be a really good time for us to do the word game.
Oh, I will play too.
Would you guys like to play the word game real quick?
I'm going to dominate.
You guys can get her while she's salading here. Let's see. Is everybody ready? Get your fingers all knuckles cracked here, and yeah, start to work. Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right. Take her down. There we go. Let's turn things up there. Okay. There we go. Now we got it. Here we go.
I'll leave myself unmuted because I can help everybody. Yes, I will help. If I figure out what the, when we get to the higher levels. So I will say what it looks like is there's like the locks. So if you guess something before the lock, you're locked out until it unlocks.
Gee, I wonder if garlic is a word. Dearheart already got that one. I forgot to set that up on this particular thing. Give you in a minute here.
Did we make it? I don't know how you can tell, but
We have made it. Yep.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Mando would have guessed that. It's like cigar.
Okay, give me a second here. I will add in that that box. Give me one moment. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be which one? Where is it? Hello. There we go. Because you did the talking hand, right? Right, Allie? Just making sure.
Yeah, talk to the hand.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. That should work. But you don't have the points no more. I can redeem them, right? I think I can. I'll get you redeemed if I can. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, I can't do the one without the other. Okay, there you go. Sorry. I'm a big fail.
Sense. But whatever. I know, Lillian. I saw that. I saw you guessed it, and it's like that's what it should be, but it didn't go through.
Was she locked out?
Maybe it didn't look like it. I don't know.
You guys made it.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. You got 27 out of the 22 points needed.
Oh, I see. Oh, I've always wondered how you knew. Don't mind me.
Big glaring numbers on the
Big
side
glaring.
of the screen.
I hate that it shuffles as much as it does. That's the part I don't care for, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, deal with it.
I know. I complained to you about this yesterday.
Okay, give me a second. Let me see if I can get this fixed here. It's under redemptions, right? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I don't want to show that. Pure rewards, right? Yeah, channel points. Okay. And then Should be under there, right? Nope, I guess not. I'll take care of it in a minute. Sorry. There you guys go.
The game has already started.
Okay, hold on. Let me reset the game here, guys. Let me reset the game here. I know.
You're toying with this, honey.
I know. Playing with your emotions. Give me a moment. Let me fix this up for you guys. So Lillian, I think that one of the things that might be, if I go here, it mentioned something about with Twitch. If you're in the chat room on Twitch, no, don't be starting it up yet. Okay, don't worry about the game yet. Hold on. If you on the chat area, when you're watching the video, there's like a setting for low latency mode under advanced, I think. Yeah. Low latency mode under advanced on the video player itself. And they mentioned that if you have that turned on, that can help if your answers aren't going through for whatever reason. It might be that. No guarantee, but it might be that. I don't know. Jillian's happy, busy playing over there while I'm like, don't play it. And I'm trying to see as far as the redemptions thing goes. I know there's a way to do it. I have seen such things.
Yeah, I know, Lillian. I noticed that the last one with the word tanned, it's like I saw you type it and I waited. And it's like it didn't go through. But that's obviously what the big word was. So I typed it and sure enough it went through. It's like don't make sense here.
Yeah, I don't know where the redemptions thing is. Ollie, do you remember where it's at? So that I can redeem the points and all that kind of stuff. Because I know there's a way to do it through like the viewer rewards, right? Under channel points. See, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Learning on the spot here.
I know it's terrible. I'm trying. Because there's a way to like make it so that when you're well, no, because it'd be good to know because I need to do the redemptions when people do it anyway.
Maybe they don't know either. And so they're like, they don't know either.
Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, it's fine. Okay. Here we go. Can you guys see it again?
Yes, it says game over.
Yeah, how to redeem.
Look, Amanda won. Amanda won.
All right, here we go, guys. Sorry about that.
She's like, how?
Ollie B with the big word. Nice.
I swear to not how to spell that word.
It has a D, dear.
I know.
I know one. Lillian.
I'm like not with it tonight.
Take her down.
Right?
Jolene is just really good at scrambling letters together and typing them fast. She's just guessing weird words at this moment.
No lie. No lie. Oh, ooh. Good one, Lillian.
Well, you got past it. Good job, guys. We only got 1 star, but that's okay.
1 star is better than no stars.
And Dearheart's at the bottom. You guys got
I'm
her.
at the bottom. You all have a chance. Y'all doing good. Good job.
Yeah, Lillian, you got the mopes. You got that one right. The game's against you.
Smeagol.
Try the word again out there, Ollie. You were locked out. Never mind. You're locked out again. Ah, your mama stole it.
Oh.
She stole it right out from underneath you.
Ooh, Ollie got the big word. Good job. Oh.
Y'all did better this time. Amanda beat you to it.
Amanda got it at the same time, yeah. Oh, wait, we got all the big ones. The bigger ones. Yeah.
Hey, we skipped 2 levels. Good job, guys.
Woohoo!
Lillian, you're winning. You're winning. Keep it up.
Good job. Good job.
You can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you, Lillian. Your brain fried.
Realize I spelled it wrong. But she got it. Hello, I wrote a word. Oh, there's only one F. Okay, I'll do math term. How's that work? Ooh, we completed the level. Blah,
We
blah,
did.
blah. I know what I'm trying to say.
We did indeed. I say we as if I have anything to do with it.
Huh?
I say we as if I have anything to do with it.
Oh, wait.
There you go. I was wondering who was going to get fees. Or Fess, I mean, sorry. Were you locked out? Nobody's gotten fins yet.
I'll do it.
I know that's cheaty. I said the word and she gets to hear it before you guys do because the stream lag. and I gave her the number one spot from Lillian.
Y'all can complain to him. He gave me the word fence if it wasn't for that. All right, honey, no more helping.
No more helping. It's terrible of me. It was horrible. Bad Ira. Bad.
Right.
He did a bad thing.
Letters before.
I would think admin would be a word, but oh, we're almost there, guys. You can do it. You can do it. No. 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 Ah.
Came up with the word. Well, it worked. It went through, but it wasn't enough. Was it enough?
It was enough.
Oh, it wasn't enough. Okay.
It was enough.
Yeah.
It was very much enough.
I was like, wait, made.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
The whole word. All right, so the S is fake.
I see like 4 of them here. Let's see if you guys can get it. That's one of them. Hey, no fair using the psychic connection between the two of us.
Yeah, but you didn't even say it, so.
Yeah, I just saw that, Amanda. She put in film before you put in film, but it took your film, not hers.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I already did that one. Oh,
So, oh, okay. Did it? Because on my side it didn't.
we didn't make it. I was the only one that did letters here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I realize you guys are having
Yeah, I don't know. Something weird happened there. Okay, so Amanda, maybe check yours for that low latency thing.
No, I did it before her. I did it before I wrote film before the Mubat thing, and then she wrote it, and then I wrote it again.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, we'll try it again.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna disconnect Jolene's internet real quick. Try one more.
My laptop has Wi-Fi, you know.
I can turn that off. Of course, then Ollie would lose theirs too.
Luber. Rube. Oh. Okay, so Lillian, you're blocked out, so you can do your words after you come back. There you go. Now you're not locked. Wait,
and then Ollie comes in and steals it.
When you guess one word, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
If you guess a word, you'll get locked out until the next lock. Like, see the little lock symbols until the locks happen, and everybody gets unlocked. Gotcha. It shows it on our side that you were locked out.
Yeah, like there's the little turquoise bar, and then it gets to the lock. So if you guess before the lock, then you're locked until it gets to the lock, and then it unlocks you. I have no idea what. Oh,
Ollie with the bolero, nice.
I could have sworn that's been guessed already. Okay, well, good job. No idea for any others.
Try Olio.
Never mind. Oh no, wait. Ollie already guessed that one. Never mind. It's like, roll.
I saw Olio is in there. Nobody chose that one. That was the one that was in between there.
I know it's
Ollie with the win. Nice.
Ooh. Oh, I'm at the bottom again. Ooh, you guys are doing good again. I just said go fish. Ooh, good job, Ollie, for getting
Nice,
the big
Ollie.
word.
Ollie's good with them big words.
Good job.
You were locked out there, Ollie. Try it again.
I said darn, and Lillian did dang. Oh, good Lord. Ooh, good word.
Gra. Totally. It's gra.
Gah. Guessing that totally not it. Oh, wait. In that order?
Yep.
Gonna say, I think that's a type of sugar in it.
It's a gem.
Huh?
It's a gem.
Oh, it's a gem? Okay. Mineral.
Ollie with the win so far.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice. Good job, kiddo.
Go Ollie, go Ollie, go Ollie. Although we're all really close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You won the last round too.
Yeah, you won the last round too. Ooh, another big word.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. Ollie with the big word again.
Nope.
Try it again, Ollie. Ollie, you had that other big word there. You were just locked out. If you type it again, you'll get it. No, the other one.
This was already used, if that's the one you were looking for.
Nope. It was another C word. There you go.
Oh, gotcha.
I know the host is helping. Oh no.
That's okay. I didn't get it, so.
Distraction.
Distraction. I love that little talking hand.
Nice.
Ollie's still winning, man. By quite a good margin, too. By quite a good
You
margin.
really are kicking ass. Go Ollie, go Ollie. I am like not with it today. Yeah, yeah. You can rub it in my face. You deserve it. Yeah. Ooh, we have a fake letter.
Nice.
All right. So the N is fake.
Yep. Look at you guys go. I'm so proud of you.
Is that a word? Oh, it is. Oh. I am a baby. Oh wait, N is not. So happy I was again. Oh, I know that a naughty word. Oh wait, keep adding N.
I don't think that's going to be a word in it anyways, dear.
You never know. Oh, yeah, you just get that. Just they saw what I said.
She's bad. I'm gonna take her internet away. You guys did good though. That would have been a word if it hadn't been the end there.
We skipped 2 levels. Woohoo!
Nice. And look at that. Ollie.
Ollie, look at you
Yes.
go. You're almost.
You go, child.
Almost
You go,
twice as
child.
what I am.
Dang. Kicking butt.
Go, Ollie. Go, Ollie. It's your birthday. No, really. Another. Oh, gosh.
Ollie with another big word. Yes.
Ooh, okay. So the Z is
Looks
fake.
like the Z. Yep.
And I'll still write words with a Z.
Rude. You guys are missing the word that I am. Good job, Ollie. You got the weird random word there. You guys are missing Diva. Ollie caught it.
Diva.
Yeah.
I don't even have my headphones.
That's what I said. You guys are missing what I am. Skip 2 more levels. Nice, guys. Ollie, my goodness, you're almost at 200 points. Look at how much
Ollie.
you got compared to
Look at
everybody
you
else there,
going.
Ollie. Jeez. Ollie kicking butt.
You are doing really good, Ollie. Right? Join us.
Join in with us. Become one with the words. Ollie hitting all the. Ollie has gotten all of the big words, man.
M is fake.
The M is faked.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's the big word. Duh. Trying to do the big word.
Not sure why that didn't go through there, Ollie. There it goes.
More words.
What?
We have 2 more words.
Fond.
Oh, I'm about to guess that one. There. Okay. So fond, and then we have one more.
I think we got it.
Yay!
I think we got it. Yep, got it. Nice. Ollie, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
we're going to level 14. We've never gotten higher than 14,
This is
right?
the
Was
highest
it
we've
14?
gotten.
Yeah.
This is the highest we've gotten. You guys can do it.
I think I'm about to sneeze. I hope I don't sneeze, but
So I think
if
if
I
I
do, I
remember right
apologize.
on this one, there's not only going to be a bad letter, but there's also going to be a
fake letter.
that is there, but it's not revealed. Yep. So there's a hidden letter. So one's fake, and there's a one that's missing. So it's not a D. I don't think it's an I.
Okay, so
either.
Galer, true letters, and B.
Somebody try the word call. So it's not an L. This one's a tough one, guys. This
Oh
one's
my
a tough
goodness,
one.
yeah.
My goodness. No C. Yeah. Try Dale. See if it's a D. Ah, it's a U. There you go. It's a U.
U.
And the C is fake. So you could do blue. And blug.
Wait. Yeah.
Beluga, yeah. Ah, we didn't get fasted though, guys.
Dang.
But Ollie got the big one again.
Yeah.
Ollie
Good job.
kicked major butt. Look at that. You almost doubled what Jolene got. Everybody give a round of applause to Ollie for taking down the Jolene.
Right, yeah. Good job.
Mother and daughter going against each other. Blah, blah, blah. It's terrible. Terrible. Ah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Indeed. Good job, guys. Good job. Y'all did well. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. All right, we'll go back to the art, I guess.
We'll end while I'm still not winning.
We'll end with Ollie having a high note.
Excessive exposure to this sound.
You played that at the exact right time there, Amanda, because I was literally getting ready to play this sound right here.
We will not be held responsible for any hearing impairments or damage caused to you from excessive exposure to this sound.
I was literally playing that at the same time that came through. Oh my goodness. Alrighty then. Anyway, so for those of you guys just tuning in for the first time, welcome. My name is Ira. This is Blind Dad Does, and right now Blind Dad is trying to do some art badly while being scared to death. Yeah. Y'all are mean. Mean, I tell you. It's terrible. You know I'm an old man sitting here and trying to give me heart attacks. We'll get back to the game here in a bit again. I just wanted to do a little bit more art here. Oh, yeah, by the way, I wanted to try out the redeem thing since we're not in the game at the
But
moment.
that game is cute and convenient, and it gives you a good chance to get yourself a healthy break.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So let's see. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? What y'all have going on? Hey Fox and Bull, while you guys are here too, I'm trying to figure out like on the channel point redemptions, like there's a way that you can see a list of who's used what and like you can clear it and stuff. Where do you find that? I know it's somewhere within the settings, but I don't know where it's at. I'm trying to find it.
You're trying to resist fighting your school? Oh, that sounds interesting.
Oh, really? What's going on with that? Did you guys see that as of today, I think the lawmakers here in the U.S. are trying to figure out, well, like basically it's going to go through, I think, by the end of the year because it's already been approved and everything. But anybody who's on like disabilities or has like low income stuff can get student loan redemptions. Like they're gonna erase the student debt. OnlyFans is banning explicit content. That is literally their entire business model. How are they going to survive? Wow.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Lillian. That's not good at all. And I didn't know you were in the military. Thank you for serving.
Wow, Lillian, that's a mess.
Yeah, Ali, that's really silly. I don't know how they're going to get far with that.
Yeah, like I said, it's their entire business model. That makes zero sense whatsoever.
You're right.
Yay, I think I figured it out, Ollie. You should have your points back now. Yay. Go me.
Right, yeah, you've definitely given them more than they need.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That is messed up.
do they at all give any? I'm sure it's a dumb reason, but do they give any reason why the other information you've already submitted is not enough? Because I can't see how that would not be enough.
California is a little weird when it comes to that kind of stuff too. I mean, it's really bizarre. I know other people have had a lot of
Happy
issues
past the
with that
time.
stuff.
Haha. You have made a minor spelling mistake. This means 3 things. 1. Your statements and points have now been invalidated. 2. You will now immediately gain a downvote from yours truly, assuming I have not already assigned a downvote to all of the comments I disagree with. 3. I have immediately won this argument. Your one spelling mistake shows you are clearly not intelligent enough to be on the extremely sophisticated platform that is Reddit. I hope you will gain brain.
Ollie's going to have a lot of fun with the talking hand, I think.
I mean, I have too. I mean, it is fun. And you have it so cheap compared to like some of the other fun ones.
Yeah.
So.
Right, exactly. You've provided all the documentation that they're requiring, you know? It's weird. I will be right back, guys. Jolene will take over and vamp, entertain the masses.
I am here to entertain you. But yeah, Lillian, that's really ridiculous. I don't know, maybe I'm not out of touch for schools and stuff. You really have to live in the state of California for 2 years just to... Those documents are fine. They still have driver's license or tax statement with California as the receipt. Just one. So you only have to live there for 1 year to get the state tuition? Is that what I'm understanding? Or you're saying they only need one of those documents that you just mentioned? Oh, only 1 year. So okay, so if you only need to live there for 1 year. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little confusing. If you only need to live there 1 year and yet they're... Yeah. I have a headache just trying to get my mind around what they're doing. I feel for you. Gosh, that is ridiculous. May I ask what the school is? And if not, that's fine. I totally get you if not. Right. Yeah. But that's crazy. Yeah. I am so sorry you're going through that. That is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully you can get something resolved without, yeah, I would. Oh, it starts on Monday.
Oh, man,
goodness.
yeah.
So does this mean you probably... Today's Thursday. So you have tomorrow to maybe hopefully get things resolved? Oh, goodness. I'm wishing the best for you.
Y'all probably just saw me spill tea all over myself.
You're bathing in your tea, huh?
I am. It's all over my beard. And this is very cold.
You know, you were just in the bathroom. You
This
could
is-
have bathed while you're in there, right?
This
You
is
don't
very
need to
cold.
bathe.
Very cold up on my boobie. My nipple
You
feels
know,
like
that's
a bullet
not how
now.
a wet t-shirt contest goes, right? You're wearing the wrong color. And the thing is, I know they work with military often because there are several military bases in my immediate areas. I'm just upset. Yeah.
I mean, I would be too. I would be too, rightfully
Yeah.
so. You're literally getting screwed. That is not good. Not good at all. It's like, I don't know. It's really confusing sometimes how these different states interact with each other and how they like just, I mean, they're a complete fail. You know what I mean? Like it just, I don't know. Not in a good way either. Right. Exactly. I'm trying to hold this shirt away from my boob here because this tea is really, really cold upon my nipple. I know the last thing you wanted to hear about tonight was my nipple, but there you go.
I mean,
It is
you
what
know,
it
you
is.
could just change your shirt.
I mean, I
right?
could, but I'm wearing my awesome Pink Floyd shirt, and I love this shirt. I don't want to lose it. No.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then.
I wear this shirt for a reason.
You wear it for a reason?
I wear it for a reason.
What reason did you wear it for?
Because I wanted to wear this shirt. I'm stubborn, okay? I'm a
It's all good.
stubborn old man. Stubborn old man. Just sit there and do your crochet. But vamp for the people.
Y'all want to hear? I can share a interesting school story from high school for me, with my choir teacher having quit his job during the day during my class.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting situation. Oh, by all means, not really as hilarious as like Blind Dad stories, but it is very interesting. It is. So, okay. I went to school, public school. This was my freshman year in high school. Public school, and our school was the second worst in the district, right? Second worst. There's lots of bad stuff. I mean, we had, you know, we had the school shooter drills, and I graduated in 08. So, I mean, you know, we had the shooter drills, we had days off because bomb threats, all sorts of stuff, okay? Not, you know, the best, but whatever. So our choir teacher, he was new. This was his first year teaching, and he also was like a youth minister, pastor. I'm sorry, I don't know which term it was, but
Yeah, youth pastor.
Youth pastor, okay. So he also did that. Young guy, just like I said, it was his first year teaching, and he did not know how to handle a classroom of teenagers, especially like our type of schools, you know, not the best, you know. And he got frustrated, and he just did not know how to handle things. I mean, there would be fights that would break out. I mean, I won't deny I loved choir, and I ended up quitting choir because of that. But anyways, so he didn't know how to handle the class, and just, yeah, things went bad. So anyways, on this glorious day of his leaving, was in class, and there's a girl that was late to class, and he kind of got upset with her about it. Upset was kind of an understatement. He really got upset with her, and she, being the person that she was, talked back, because it's like, I got a hall pass. I don't know what I was here and there. I have a hall pass. And he like yelled at her face, like just really, like his face turned red, and he banged on the table that was right in front of him, and it broke. And she's just like, I'm not going to take you talking to me this way. I'm going to go to the principal. So she left to go to the principal, and he was like, I can't believe you people. And like he left the room and closed the door behind him to go into the room that connects him to the band room. The band room is next door, and then there's like a room that's in between the two. And then in between the two, off to the side, is where both the choir teacher has his own office, and then the band teacher has his own office. So we assumed he went into his office, but he left, and we were just by ourselves, and we thought he was just going to like cool off for a few minutes. No. It's like 10 minutes go by. The girl comes back. She did not go to the principal's office. She was full of it. She comes back, and we're just like, we don't know what's going on. We go to the door, and the door is locked, and it's never locked. And we're like, okay, what's going on? So we press the intercom button to talk to the principal or staff or somebody. And they're like, yes. And we're like, our teacher's not here. And they're like, where's your teacher? We're telling you, our teacher is not here. So before you know it, the principal comes down to our room along with another staff member. And they're like, where's the teacher? We told you, he's not here. He went through the door. He just left us. And they're like, okay. And then, so they're like both trying to figure out, is everybody here? And at the same time, So they get to the door, and it's locked, and they start panicking. Because apparently only the choir and the band teacher, for whatever reason, had the keys. So they had to hurry up and go to the band teacher, get his keys, or go through his entrance. I don't know which they did, but before you know it, we find out that what he did was he went into his office and had locked it, which they have a key for that, but they don't have a key for the other room. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But they unlocked it and found out that he had opened the window and fled and left the school property. They looked at cameras, and yep, that's exactly what happened. And we never saw him or heard from him again.
He was just like, nope.
He was just, nope.
Nope,
Yeah.
I ain't doing this.
I mean, he was kind of weird for being a youth pastor guy, and yet at the same time, I don't get it, because he got really upset over little stuff. Yeah, he was like, peace out. Yeah,
no temperament whatsoever for it, yeah.
Because it's like, when you're in choir, for anyone who has not been in choir, one of the common things, like towards the beginning of class, like the school year, and towards the end of the school year, when you don't have anything else doing, is you watch the choir movies, like Sister Act and so on and so forth. So like the first week that we started school, as usually happens, is all youth pastors creep me out of 10. I'm not even sorry. Yeah.
Me too, Fox. Me too. I'm telling you.
So we're watching, and he tells us that the whole first week of school, we're going to be watching Sister Act. Well, our class is 45 minutes long. It takes like, 2 classes to watch the entire movie.
Right.
And we still have 3 days to go. And it's on VHS, they bring in the little wheelie cart thing with the thing. So on the third day, funnily enough, the same girl that actually pissed him off, she brings in a movie for us to watch, and it's Sister Act 2. the second one. It's the same movie. It's just the second one in the series. So she pops it in and he just blows up and we're just like, it's the second movie. Can we watch it? And I mean, he put a fit and we did not get to watch the second movie. We just had to watch the first one over and over again. And it's like, why? The second one is kind of the better of the two, in my opinion. But not only that, I mean, it's the same movie. It's the same franchise.
It's pretty much a duplicate, right? Exactly.
I mean, I get it. It's on VHS. There could be something else recorded over it, but I mean, you could, stay in the room with us. Not only that, but it was the legit movie. It wasn't like, taped version. Yeah. But yeah, he blew up so much over that, and we're just like, we're making a big deal out of this.
Trivia for you guys. I was actually on the pathway to become a pastor for a while. Let me move my microphone a little bit here. There we go. I ended up walking away from it, obviously. But I am ordained, by the way, though. Just for throwing that out there for the S&Gs of it. But yeah. I was on the pathway to become one. And one of the pastors that I spoke to, he kind of knew about my past and everything. And I told him, I'm feeling like I got this call on me that I want to, be in front of people and on and on. And he's like, well, with your past, I don't think that you would make a very good preacher. And I'm like, dude, I think with my past, I'd make a really good one. But, things didn't work out mostly because, like, when it comes to religious stuff, like, I don't want to get on a huge religious topic because it's a whole big thing. And I don't want to, upset anybody or anything along those lines. But, I could, but the main thing is that I realized there were too many contradictions in it for me. I did extensive studies on the original texts, the original Hebrew, original Greek, original Aramaic, on and on and on, and realized that the things that we see in the modern translations of things don't equal the things that were there to begin with, and a lot of those things that are there are difficult at best when you take a look at them. For instance, the phraseology around Christmas time is always, peace on earth and goodwill to men, right? Well, that's a quote from, the Old Testament or New Testament. Sorry. It's a quote from the King James Bible version, that people have used for years now to try to celebrate the birth and blah, blah, blah. But the problem is that the original translation didn't say that. Like the original texts don't actually say that. What they say is peace on earth to men of goodwill. That's a big difference. There's a whole different set of connotations that go with that, but people don't know that that's the original way that it was stated. It's like you have to really delve into the texts themselves just so that you can be sure of what you're seeing. You know what I mean? So it was things along those lines that kind of pushed me to realize that this wasn't for me, because if I was standing up there in front of people and I knew these things, I wouldn't be able to tell them otherwise. You know what I mean? And so I was kind of cast out of it all because I was questioning a little bit too much. So I did later get my ordainment, but I mean, listen, when it comes to religion, here's the thing, right? Okay. So I'll say this, and this will probably be the end of it for me, but I don't have a problem with religions if they're being used to better people. You know what I mean? So if like you're using religion for the purpose of making yourself a better person, and that's what you feel that you need, then God love you. We need more of it. If you're trying to make the world a better place around you because of it, then we need more of that, right? But if you use religion in any kind of way to like breed hatred or to make somebody else's life miserable and so on and so forth, that's when I'll call you out. And I know the texts better than most people do, so I can point out where you're wrong and it'll probably piss you off, right? But in that kind of a case, I don't mind pissing those kind of people off. So, I hope that makes sense, and that's where I'll kind of leave it. But, either way, there's a purpose for it. There's a place for it, but it's not meant to be used to like foster hatred and dissension between people. You know, it's there to try to bring people closer together. And if they're not making use of that, well, then they are flat out in the wrong for it. So anyways, right. Can't stand when it's used as an excuse for hating. That's exactly what I mean, you know, because a lot of people will try to do that, but, I want to hear from you guys. What you guys think is the worst travel experience that you've ever had. I want to hear like your worst experience as far as like traveling is concerned, whether it's flying or driving or whatever the case may be. I want to know what your worst experiences have been. The reason why I bring it up is because I was thinking earlier about this trip that I took some years ago. It was
Is this the moose story?
No. Although that was a deer, not a moose.
Is this the cart?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Lillian, are you here? You need to hear this story.
So, some years ago, I was living with a couple of friends, and we played the game EverQuest. And I don't know if anybody out there has ever played it or not, but you know, we were really into EverQuest. We had a lot of fun with it, and it was a joy, you know. But one of the guys that lived with me, Dave, kind of fell in with this girl who was part of our guild that we were in at that time, and kind of fell in with her, and they started to kind of like have the whole internet couple thing going on, right? So one day, pretty much out of nowhere, he asks my friend Joe, who also lived with us, if he could borrow Joe's car. And Joe's like, why? Because he's got a car of his own, right? So he said, well, I want to go to pick up, I think, what was her name? Sarah. I want to go pick up Sarah and bring her back here to live with us. So me and Joe were both like, okay, well, number one, you kind of need to ask your other roommates whether or not it's okay to have somebody move in with us, right? I mean, who is this person? We don't know her from Adam, right? I mean, this could be a really bad thing, you know? But after talking to him for a good long while about it all, we decided that we would help him out. But Joe wasn't going to let him borrow the car. Joe was going to drive the car and take him over there. By over there, I mean Seattle, Washington. And for those of you guys not aware, we live in Indiana. That's a bit of a trip, right? So we laid out this plan that basically like was a really rapid kind of a thing. We laid it out within a 2-day period of time, trying to get the logistics of everything settled in a 2-day period of time to make this trip from Indiana over to Seattle and back home. Okay. Now, throw into this the fact that it was not only this long trip across the country, but it was the middle of winter time. It was January, and we have to go through the passes in the Rocky Mountains in the middle of January. I don't know if you guys have ever been in the Rocky Mountains in the middle of January, but number one, it's freaking cold. Number two, there's a lot of freaking snow everywhere, right? So we were a little concerned about the drive, but nope. Dave was convinced. He was like, nope, we're going to do this. It's going to be good. Everything's going to be all right. All right. So we start on this trip. And number one, the number one rule in the car was that, look, we're 3 guys in a car, and we're planning on being in this car for like 48 hours minimum, right? Nobody's taking off their shoes. That was rule number 1, especially Joe, because my God, that man has the worst feet I have ever encountered in my life. It is like he'll take his shoes off, and it's like you're hit with this wave of of stench that is monstrous. Like,
there's days where even without taking the shoes off, it's like, oh god, your feet are horrible. You know,
it's monstrous. And Dave's wasn't much better. So that was rule number 1. Nobody takes off their shoes ever throughout the whole trip. So, cause we're in a small car and 3 guys in a small car, 2 of them with excessively stinky feet. Ira ain't handling that. No. Ira ain't dealing with that. So, so we start on this trip, and halfway through the trip, the weather starts to turn bad. Of course, because it's the middle of frickin' January. You know what I mean? There's a good chance it's going to turn bad, right? So we're kind of concerned a little bit about this trip, you know, like continuing on with it. But we figure, okay, well, we're halfway there anyways. We may as well go ahead and try to finish it out. Well, we ended up getting into the Rockies, and we started going through one of the passes there. And yeah, a blizzard hit. And so we're trying to drive through the Rocky Mountains in the middle of January during a blizzard. And this man's terrified. This man is terrified of this whole situation. Like, I don't even know this girl. And we're like, I'm going to die in the Rocky Mountains. Like, the only thing that was going through my head was people eat each other in situations like this, you know? And I'm probably going to be the first to go because I'm skinny. I ain't got a lot of body fat at that point in time, you know, to survive in a cold weather environment. I'm not built for it, you know? No. And so I'm trying to convince them to turn the car around and go back home. Like, let's do this maybe in the springtime, you know? But nope. They were both determined. Nope. We're already halfway there. We're just going to get it continued on. We'll just finish it up. Okay. And if we die, it's your fault, and I'm going to haunt you for days. So, yeah, we do finally get through it. But like, by the time that we got there, it took us almost 13 hours just to get through this pass in the Rockies. And I mean, the traffic was horrible, of course, because, you know, there's truck drivers trying to get through it and everything too, you know? So, we were going down one of the mountains, and I swear, like, we must have hit 200 miles an hour, you know? Like, no control whatsoever. So, we do finally make it to Seattle. Finally. And, like, all 3 of us are completely wiped out, like tired, you know? And, so what we had originally planned throughout this whole situation was that when we got to Seattle, we'd spend the night, we'd get up in the morning, have a nice big breakfast, you know, the girl would make us breakfast and so on and so forth, right? Nope. By the time that we got there, she was at that time living with her parents and had just told them that we were coming to get her and move her to Indiana. Like an hour before we got there. That was not a nice conversation. Granted, me and Joe were a little bit more like sidelined to it, but we were still there, right? You know? So
it's kind of along the lines of, Dave, do you know she didn't tell them?
Oh yeah. Me and Joe were very much on the verge of like walking out the door and, okay, you're handling this situation by yourself. Cause nope. I ain't getting involved in getting shot by some chick's parents who I've never met. I've never even talked to this girl, right? And like, I'm going to get shot by this guy, you know, big guy, right? I'm going to get shot by this guy because we're here taking his daughter away, you know, and we just find out that
3 dudes come to her and her parents' house. Hey, we're here to take her away to like halfway across the country.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, it was not a good situation. So like, she's trying to convince us, well, we can stay here for a couple of hours. You guys can take a nap for a couple of hours and then we'll go. We had just driven for like 24 hours straight, you know, and been caught in this massive blizzard and everything. The blizzard's still going on, by the way, at this point in time, right? So we're going to have to drive back through it again, you know? What the hell, Dave? You know, this is not a situation that we want to be in here. You know, this is not what we signed up for, you know? So, we take a nap for a couple hours. We didn't get anything to eat, of course, because they're not going to cook us breakfast, you know? So like we end up leaving again, and it was like 4:00 in the morning. We're all trying to pile into the car. The girl is expecting me and Joe to like carry out all of her crap to her car, so that we could like go, you know? And me and Joe were like, this is not us, man, you know? But she wanted to spend time with Dave because this is the first time that they had been able to physically get together, you know? Nope, ain't happening, dude. So all of us worked to get the stuff out to her car. And so Dave, from that point, Dave and she were in one car, and then me and Joe were in his car to drive back home. All right, well, it gets worse. So we start to drive back. And by the way, forgot to mention too, that we didn't realize it, but this girl had this little yappy dog that she's bringing along with her. So now apparently we're going to have a pet too. Isn't that wonderful? So we start to drive back, and we have to stop like every dang hour so this little yappy dog can get out the car and go pee. Because he's got health problems. Oh, this is getting better, right? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Sarah.
Problems and trying to move said health problem dog across the country in the middle of winter.
In the middle of a blizzard. Through the Rocky Mountains. Yeah. Last thing I wanted to do was have to park the car in the middle of the Rocky Mountains in a pass during a blizzard so that we could let the dog go pee. But that's what we ended up having to do. So, and bear in mind too, this is all like before the age of cell phones really became a big thing. You know, this was like early 90s ish, right? So it was, well, mid 90s. So like none of us had phones. The only thing we had was CB radios that went between the two cars, you know? So throw that one into the mix there as well. And so we get into Montana, and I don't know if you guys have ever driven in Montana, but Montana is basically just one big long road. I mean, that's pretty much all Montana is. It's just one big long freaking road. And the whole road was completely iced over all the way through Montana. So we're like trying to drive slow, but Dave kept pushing the speed limit. And so me and Joe are like, you know, trying to stay back a little bit, but nope, he kept like gunning it and trying to go as fast as he could in this ice storm that's going on. We get halfway through Montana, and suddenly his car, veers off the road and ends up in a ditch. Okay.
Who didn't see that coming?
So, Joe and I stopped the car that we were in, and we got out, and we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Is everybody okay? The dog jumps out, starts yapping like crazy, and goes taking off trying to run down the ditch. Sarah is like freaking out because, of course, this is her car, you know, and so she's freaking out, and then we're trying to figure out exactly what happened to cause them to go off the road. Well, what ended up happening was that she decided to facilitate things while they were driving down the road in this ice storm to take care of Dave while he was driving. And yeah, got a little distracted, and off the road they went. So anyways, we have to call this, we have to, like, me and Joe end up driving further down the road so that we can go to the nearest exit and find a payphone somewhere so that we could call a tow company so that they could come out and get this car out of the ditch, because this guy wanted to get a BJ in the middle of an ice storm driving down through Montana, you know.
Real quick, Fox and Bull said, speaking from experience, Roadhead is in a snowstorm is a bad move, especially in the rolling hills of western Pennsylvania.
It is a really bad move, brother. It really is. Oh my God. So we get down the road and we find a gas station and we make a phone call. And of course, me and Joe are like, you know, pissed. So, the tow truck comes. It takes him a good 2 hours to get there, you know, because he's probably down the road laughing his balls off about the fact that this happened. Anyways, so he finally gets there like 2 hours later and pulls the car out the ditch. And then, we start driving back along the road again. And, Joe and I flat out told Dave, look, I don't care how desperate you are. If you do one more thing stupid like this, we're leaving your ass behind. We're done. You know, like this is like 2 days worth of a trip that was only supposed to be like a day and a half. We're still 2 days into it, and we have another at least 24 hours to get back home. You know what I mean? So we're taking turns trying to sleep, you know, as we're driving down the road. You know, I'm in the back seat at one point in time sleeping. He's in the back seat at another time sleeping, you know, so we're kind of like co-driving, right? And so we get to the Illinois line, and Joe's car starts to break down because his, like, when we were going through apparently Montana, something happened and his radiator got punctured, and it took until then for us to like realize that it was going on. So his car started to overheat and like really bad, smoking everywhere, you know. It was, well, I mean, steam, you know, but either way, couldn't do it, you know. So we pull into this gas station and we need to get some of the radiator fill, you know, the like the sealant, you know, that you can just put it into your radiator and it'll help to seal up the holes and stuff. And so me and Joe didn't have any cash left because we had been buying food, you know, to feed ourselves this whole trip. And we knew that Dave had a decent amount of cash on hand, you know, that he had, I think it was like $300 that he was going to use, you know, to buy food and stuff, but he never paid for anything. It was up to me and Joe to pay for ourselves. We're doing this as a favor him, by the way, you know. So we get to this gas station and Joe's like, okay, you need to buy me some of this radiator sealant. And Dave's like, no, I don't want to pay for that. Joe's like, you're going to pay for it. And he's like, well, why don't we just leave your car here? Everybody pile into Sarah's car and we can drive back home the rest of the way and we'll come get your car later. Dude, I'm not leaving my car on the edge of Illinois, 2 states away from where I live, so that I can come back and get it when you can buy me a $10 worth of, you know, radiator fill and get it taken care of right now. So it's like we got into this huge argument with Dave in the middle of this parking lot over whether or not he's going to pay for Joe to get his car fixed when we use Joe's car as a favor to him to get this chick back home to him. You know what I mean? Like, where's the logic here? You know what I mean? Where's the, yeah, it was a big mess with that, you know? So finally he did capitulate. He finally said, okay, I'm going to buy it, but this is like the last of the money that I'm going to spend on you guys. Okay. We're going to see what happens when we get home here, dude. You know, new roommate, right? Exactly. So he did finally buy the radiator fill. We got it filled up and it did seal it up. So we were able to kind of limp it home. We had to be real gentle with it, of course, but you know, we did get it limped home. Right. But we get most of the way home and we're starting to like get a hold, like we stopped at another gas station. We made a phone call to let let our families know that we were getting close to getting home. At that time, I was married to my third wife, and she was getting food ready for everybody by the time that we got there, you know. So we get home, we get into the house. Me and Joe, anyways, we're into the house, you know, and we're trying to carry our stuff in and everything. And they had, it was the most wonderful food ever after this long trip. Like, me and Joe were starving. Like, by the time that we had gotten through Montana, like we hadn't really had anything to eat, you know? So like, we're starving. And, so they had made this big, massive, just skillets full of like eggs and potatoes and bacon crumbled into it. Just, oh God, it was onions and green peppers. It was awesome. Like, so me and Joe piled like huge hunks of food onto plates and just mowed down on it. Well, then I find out as we're having these discussions, you know, laughing and so on and so forth and angry and all that kind of stuff, telling everybody what's going on. My mom was there as well. And she pops out with, well, wait, what happened to the money? And I'm like, what money? She goes, well, I gave Dave $500 so that you guys could maybe stay at the hotel rooms and get yourself some food and stuff like that on the way for everything. You did what? Yeah. So the whole thing was financed by my mom paying for everything, and David played it off like it was him, like it was his money.
To your face when it was your own mother.
When it was my mom who actually gave him the money, and she gave it to him because she was worried that, you know, I might get tired or something like that and end up, you know, losing the money.
Because she somehow didn't trust you, but she trusted your crazy roommate.
Uh-huh. Yep. So, that's my experience. Right? Makes sense. Exactly. Yeah. That's my experience with probably the worst trip ever. Like, it was freaking horrific. It really was. Like, just one thing after the other that, you know, granted, you're not going to plan to go across the country in 2 days and not have everything go off with a hitch, right? Without a hitch, right? So, like, it's going to happen, right? But just the amount of stuff that occurred with everything. So Dave and Sarah, yeah. So Sarah ended up living with us for about 6 months. And this girl had some serious problems. She was the nastiest. She stunk all the time, because she did not believe in taking baths or showers. She would sponge bathe herself off once a week with an alcohol rub that she made. And that was her cleaning method. It was to the point where, like, you know, when she and Dave would have their moments together, the only thing that you could smell was rotten fish for the next like 2 days, like throughout the whole house. It just pervaded everything. It was horrible. And so they were together for 6 months, right? And then finally she's like, no, I'm done with you, Dave. I'm done. And she like walked out, like just was finished with it and moved back to her parents' house in Seattle. Like, just got into her car one day, packed her little yappy dog up and ran off. So, I mean, yeah. And it was horrible. Like the house itself, like I had to clean up behind her, you know, that was kind of the thing. I had to clean up behind her because it was so horrible. Like, she would sit on the couch and I could smell, like, when she moved out, I tossed the couch. I was done. Like, and the crazy part is that the house was mine, you know. I mean, we were renting it, of course, but like I was the only one on the lease. You know, the others had moved in with me after I had moved into the place, right? So,
which makes the whole Dave, you need to ask us about having another roommate that much more of a
right?
Dave, you're not on the lease. Why are you?
Right? Making these unilateral decisions about who's going to be living in the house that I'm paying for. I'm the only one that's on the lease. If something gets screwed up in the house, it's on me, not you. You know what I mean? So like, I had to make sure that the house was like cleaned. And the thing is, like, our landlord, well, my landlord, but our landlord, like, he would come and inspect once in a while, like just kind of like at random. He was one of those kind of guys, you know what I mean? So he would like come over with these like little excuses. Oh, I need to make sure that the wiring is X way, or, oh, I need to make sure that the pipes are ready for the winter time, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But he would do it like once every couple of months, just at random, pop out of nowhere. Hey, by the way, I need to get into the house, you know? So, and I knew he was doing it just because he wanted to inspect things. So like, I didn't know from day to day whether or not he was going to be showing up. So I needed to make sure the place was like livable, you know? And, the hardest like part of it is that they like, I think she had issues like believing in toilets too, because I would find cans that she would piss in and just leave the can sitting there, like full of pee, open, you know, like, what is wrong with you, girl? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Like, there's something not quite kiltered here. You know what I mean? So yeah, we lived with her in the house for about 6 months. And finally, when she left, it was like the blessed day of redemption. You know, I was like, no, I'm done with this whole situation. And it wasn't too long after that Dave ended up moving out too. But, yeah, it was kind of just, it was one of those really, really bad situations all the way around. Not fun. Not at all optimal. And it wasn't too long after that we had another experience with another set of roommates that were kind of, yeah, they kind of moved in with us by osmosis. They would move somewhere, and then they would start visiting somebody's house. And every time that they came over to somebody's house, they would start living there for, well, not living there, but they would start staying there. Like, you know, okay, I'm going to stay overnight. Okay, I'm going to stay 2 nights. Okay, I'm going to stay 2 nights. I'm going to stay 3 nights. And like, by the time everything's said and done, by, you know, like a month would pass or whatever, and suddenly they're living here, you know? So it's kind of, they would move into and out of places by osmosis. They did that kind of stuff like twice to us. So they during this time period,
Who is this?
Huh?
And who is this?
This was B&K. So, by the time that like all of this was occurring and Sarah was still living with us, these two decided to get married, right? They also had a child during this period of time that they were living with us. So, the problem with that is that, okay, so I'm trying to think of how to put this. So they decided to get married in the middle of summertime. Okay. When it's butt ass hot and humid in Indiana. Okay. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Indiana, but Indiana during the summertime, at the height of summer, it is ungodly hot and ungodly humid. Okay. It's like you step outside and suddenly you're in a microwave, you know, you can literally feel your skin burning. It's hot and humid here. Especially where we were at, because there was like not too far away, there was like rivers and stuff, you know what I mean? So all the humidity from the rivers, you know, getting evaporated was definitely there, you know? So, they decided to get married again at the height of summertime during the daytime in an outdoor park facility without any cover whatsoever. Okay. Like no awnings, no gazebos or anything like that where they were getting married. Like it was a park, right? So there were gazebos and that kind of thing around, but they weren't getting married in one of those. They were getting married next to like this big pool pond thing that's in the middle of the park because it's so pretty there. Granted it is, but you know, that's what they wanted to do. And then they also decided to get married on a Wednesday, and both of their families lived very far out of town from where we lived. Like other states, including like Alaska and shit. So, they invited all these family members and they expected like 200 people to show up to the wedding. Okay. So before the wedding, they asked me to prepare food because I'm a good cook.
Can I butt in?
Yeah.
You forgot to say the best part about the whole outdoor wedding.
Which part?
What were you supposed to wear?
Well, yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So, so they asked me to prep food for people because I'm a good cook, you know. I'm kind of like one of those natural cooks that I'm really good at like figuring out flavors without really trying, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I am so jealous of that skill.
I'm real talented at putting together those cupboard meals. You know, whatever you got in the cupboard, you're going to put it together and it's going to make a meal, and hopefully it tastes okay. I'm really good at doing that kind of stuff. So, so that's getting that talent too. Yeah, he's starting to pick that up pretty good. I think he's going to do really well with that kind of thing too. So, anyways,
however, sometimes he comes up with weird ideas, and it's like,
yeah, some of them are a little bizarre, but I think so too, Ollie. I do. I think so too. So, they asked me to prepare this food. Do what?
I was just saying, I agree.
Yeah. So they asked me to prepare this food. So what do I do? Like, one of my specialties is spaghetti. I love making spaghetti, and I make really, really freaking good spaghetti. Like, I'm not biting any bones about it. I make really good spaghetti. Okay. So, can you mute, baby?
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. I accidentally did that, and I'm like,
I just hear myself echoing.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
a little distracting.
But yeah, he does make really good spaghetti. Spaghetti is like my favorite food, and his is definitely the best.
I also make really good cube steaks because I make it like with this really awesome gravy. Like the gravy that I make for my cube steaks is like a food group in and of itself. I've literally had people take like 3 loaves of bread and go through 3 loaves of bread so that they could sop up the gravy. I know it's really good, right? So, anyways, so I decided for their wedding, I would make tons of spaghetti and I would make tons of cube steak. So, I spent about 24 hours worth of time cooking before their wedding. And like I was awake all night, the night of the wedding, you know, or the day of the wedding, trying to make sure that the meals were all done, you know. I'm trying to remember how many. I think I made like I make them in big pots. Like I had this big ass pot that I'd use, and I made like 4 of these pots, and you know, my spaghetti takes a while to make. It's like 2 to 3 hours per time that I make it. Lots of money went into this one, by the way, too. That's a lot of food. You know what I mean? So, I spend like 24 hours getting all this food prepared, and, I get it all like in containers so that we could get it to the reception, which was going to be at this park. All right. So, I tried to take a nap for a couple of hours before the wedding, and it worked out a little bit, but not very well. Like they wanted to get married. Like the wedding itself was taking place at 1, and I passed out maybe at around 9 o'clock in the morning. And then a couple of their family members started to filter in, and they were quite loud and vociferous. And so I got woken up, you know, and kind of the thing with me with how I am, once I'm awake no matter how much sleep I got. And I'm probably going to be awake for another 15 or 16 hours afterwards, you know. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I got woken up probably about an hour after I fell asleep. It wasn't fun. So then us guys in the wedding had to proceed to get ready for the wedding, right?
You didn't say the good part about how you got woken up.
Well, I got woken up because one of the nieces like came in and was just like making this weird noise with their mouth. It was like what the hell is wrong with you, child? Like, just kept doing it over and over and over again. So like, I was not happy. You know, this was not a happy camper Ira situation, right? So so I proceed to get ready, putting on this tuxedo that this guy wanted me to wear. This is a black tuxedo. And bear in mind, we're going to be standing outside in the middle of summertime, in the middle of the heat, with no trees, no cover, no anything. And we're supposed to wear black tuxedos. Not just black tuxedos, but black tuxedos that are like 4-piece top tuxedos. So 4 layers worth of black, heavy material, tuxedo material on the top. And then like, it had tails and everything, right? Like, oh my God, dude, I get it. It looks nice, but at the same time, I'm going to wilt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to wilt, seriously. So, we get to the park and the wedding takes place. We're standing in the middle of the heat, right? There were 2 people that were in the wedding party. 2 girls that were in the wedding party that were very pregnant at the time too, right? So like, they were practically on the verge of passing out. We're all standing next to this big like pond pool thing, and all of us are like, we're getting in there. Like, the wedding's taking place in the pool, guys. I'm sorry, but that's how it's going to be from this point. We didn't actually, but so we got into the wedding took place, right? And we're standing outside for over an hour, right? The preacher shows up late. And then not only does the preacher show up late, but then the 2 that were supposed to be getting married showed up late too. Like 20 minutes late, to the point where the preacher that was doing it was like, if they don't show up in the next 5 minutes, I'm leaving. I got another wedding I got to take care of here in a little while. So they finally showed up and the wedding took place, and it lasted about an hour long time. And we're standing there. The heat that day, it was 97 degrees and the humidity was at 85%. Let that sink in.
Suffering, endless 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 suffering, endless.
I'll just turn it down. There we go. So anyways. Yes, the endless suffering was definitely a thing that day. Okay, it's gone. So the wedding takes place. By the time the wedding's done, we're all like practically falling over each other to get to the nearest gazebo so that we could get into the shade and maybe try to get a little bit of shelter, right? And I start taking off my tux because I am freaking sweat. Like, I'm just one big ball of sweat. It is horrible, right? I look nasty. And the guy comes to me and he's like, no, you got to keep your tux on. I'm like, dude, I'm freaking hot. And he goes, no, you got to keep your tux on until the pictures take place. Really, dude? I can't put my tux back on later, you know? So I kept it on, but Thankfully, it only took another 20 minutes before the photographer showed up to be able to take the pictures that they wanted. And of course, that was an hour-long procedure. All of us are starving to death. We're so overheated that we can't even think straight, you know. And like, they didn't even provide drinks. Like the park itself didn't allow booze, but they didn't even like provide drinks. They expected everybody else to bring their own drinks, you know, so like your own sodas and stuff. So we're dying of thirst, and we're like going to the nearest hose by the gazebo, sucking down as much like hose water as we can because we're just dying, you know what I mean? And because we didn't find out until we got there that they expected people to bring their own drinks. That was smart. So, one of the things that I did as well for a gift for them was I had a very, very, very nice and expensive home stereo system. So to give them some entertainment at the reception, I took my stereo in. You know, I took it with me so that it could get hooked up there. So I did all the work hooking it up and everything as well. And then one of their cousins decided that it would be fun to see what happens when somebody puts their finger onto the center of the woofer and pushes it in. This was a $700 stereo system in the 90s. Like, I about killed somebody that day. I'm like, today is not the day, dude. You're not going to do this. I'm sorry about the noise here. I'm trying to move my microphone a little bit, and my microphone arm is squeaking. I got to get a different microphone arm. I really do. Anyways, so the reception took place, and we got all this food, and the horrible part about it all, and I know this like upset them greatly, right? But only 40 people showed up. And most of those were the wedding party. But both
was supposed to be like 200
at least.
Yeah.
Minimum. No, I'm sorry, it was 30 people that showed up because there were 10 of us that were in the wedding party, and then there was another 20 on top of that. So 30 people total. So I know they were really upset with that, and they got like pissed off at their families for not showing up, right? But the thing is, you can't expect, right, number one, have it in the shade, right? But you can't expect that you have a wedding in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day in the week, and expect that people are going to come from out of state to participate. Like, people have lives. You know, most people have to work on a Wednesday afternoon. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they got it into their heads that this would be a great time to do it, but that's what they wanted to do. And then they got pissed off at people for not showing up. And it's like, dude, make some sense. You know, get a little bit of logic in your head, right? So the wedding ends, the reception ends, and it's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. Me and Joe, this friend of mine, drive back to our house. My ex at the time, named Jenny, which is Ollie's bio mom actually, came into the house as well, and like literally like peeled her clothes off walking up the stairs to go to bed because she just needed to go pass out after standing in this hot sunlight for hours. She wasn't a small girl, you know, like she was wilting, you know, so like they were literally just, you know, a trail of clothes leading upstairs as she got into the bed and passed out, you know, like within a minute she was out. So me and Joe, smart guys that we are, by the way, all of that food is still like needing to be eaten, right? I've made food enough for 200 people. So we got like enough food now for a month's worth of time, you know? So me and Joe, we had eaten a little bit at the park, right, during the reception, but really, I mean, I couldn't eat very much. I was just so freaking hot, freaking hot and tired. Last thing I wanted to do was get some food in my stomach. So we take it, we take the smart, bright idea of cracking open some beers and having a drink on a nice hot day. Let me start off by this part of it by saying Ira don't drink. I could probably count on both hands the number of times in my life that I've actually had like more than a few sips worth of alcohol. I just don't do it, right? So, and it's not like I'm a teetotaler or anything like that. It's just I was raised by a whiskey drunk, so it's like some people will go one direction or the other, and I ended up choosing the fact that I just don't drink, So that day though, it was one of those days where it's like, okay, it's a really hot day. We're going to stop and we're going to get some beer. And so we got a couple of 6-packs each of beer and brought them home, cracked them open, sucked one down like just it was gone. You know what I mean? I was just so thirsty. And proceeded to get ourselves quite verschnockered that day. Then the couple comes back home, and mind you, again, they had a baby by this point in time, right? So their baby was 3 months old, and they got home, went upstairs, got her crib, brought it downstairs, put the baby into the crib, then walked back upstairs to their bedroom and closed the door and locked it. Apparently because they wanted to have their honeymoon time. Leaving 2 guys who are getting drunk off their asses to watch this 3-month-old baby.
Hell no.
Hell no, indeed.
Yeah. So smart of them, right?
Hell no, indeed. So we're just, we're trying to have a good time. We're just trying to have a talk, having some fun, trying to recover from this day. A couple other people showed up and they started having a couple of beers too, so we're just kind of like all having this little, party downstairs and everything. And then the baby starts crying because it woke up and needed to eat, Well, us drunk guys aren't handling this baby. So we're like, I go upstairs and I'm trying to knock on the door to let them know, hey, your kid's crying. Come get your kid, And they wouldn't answer the door. So Joe, who is not a small guy, 6'4", 300 pounds, big guy, takes it upon himself to go up and do a cop knock on the door. And the whole house shook hard when he did this cop knock, right? And they open up the door and they're like, what? And it's like, dude, your baby's crying. Come get your baby. And so they came downstairs, got really pissed off at us. They're like, we expected you guys to take care of the kid. And it's like, dude, we have done all this stuff over the past 48 hours for you. The last thing we're going to do is sit here and watch your kid on top of it while we're sitting here drinking. No, take your kid.
Not only that, but it's kind of like, I realize you just got married and you're trying to do a honeymoon kind of thing, but maybe ask if your
asked, yeah.
roommates would watch your kid. If not, babysitter.
Yeah, never asked. Not once did they ever ask.
Family that drove down to see you, maybe one of them will kindly take on the kid.
Right.
I mean,
expecting 2 drunk guys that just took care of everything else for you during the wedding time to also take care of your baby. No, ain't happening, dude. So they came downstairs, they got the baby, they took it back upstairs, and at the time, again, we were playing EverQuest during that period of time. So me and Joe took it upon ourselves to have a little bit of fun in EverQuest. So I don't know if you guys have ever played EverQuest or not, but basically what we decided to do was to strip our characters naked, put everything into our banks, and go to a dungeon to go face down the dragon completely naked, drunk off our asses. and died over and over and over and over and over and over, having the best time all the way. You know, just a great old time. So, yeah, the two ended up moving out just like a couple of weeks later. They started to do the osmosis move out thing, and they finally did move out. And by the time that they did, like, we found in the room, piles of diapers, piles of
you skipped
rotten
the one
food.
detail, though. You skipped the one detail.
Which detail?
That you guys literally didn't see them for days.
Oh yeah. So by the time that they had come and gotten the baby and went back upstairs, like they were in the room for like 3 days afterwards, like did not come out to even use the bathroom or anything. Like they were just in the room. So by the time that they did end up moving out, all the things were still there in the room, like diapers and food and yeah, I think so. Using them to wipe themselves too, you know, like just it was horrible. It was a horrific mess in that room, and it took me 2 days worth of time to get that room cleaned out. It was bad. Yeah. So that's been some of my experience with roommates. You guys got any horror stories for roommates?
Things started off as traveling situations to roommates.
How's your roommates been? Have you guys ever had any horrific roommates? I would love to know. I've got some real winter stories with these guys too, man. That's for sure.
Lots of stories, yeah.
Real winter stories.
2 sets of people you just mentioned.
Real winners with these guys. There was a big fight that took place once between my ex, who was not at all a small person, and this other girl who was not at all a small person. And like when they got into a fight, it was like they were going after each other physically, you know, and like just wailing on each other. And I mean, we were kind of standing back, holy crap, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of funny because my mom got into the middle of the two of them and tried to like intervene, and she's not a small person, but she ended up getting right in the middle of them and pushed them apart, and both of them like separated basically. But yeah, Dawn definitely counts with that, but it wasn't Dawn, it was Jenny. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But you know, when you've got roommates, you always have to deal with the random, right? There's always so much like possibilities of things going wrong with these people that you've taken into your life, you know, and I don't know, you always run a risk. I never want to have roommates again though, that's for sure. Except for Fox and Bull. We're going to move in with them so that we can have their cats, and we can have Fox and Bull make us food, because their food looks awesome.
Hell yeah. I don't think if I have any stories. Obviously not roommates, because my roommates are roommates, but just of the yeah. Luckily no horror stories here, yeah.
You're lucky.
Traveling though. I'm trying to think if we have any traveling. Have any, like, you know, I don't know, the only random thing that's coming to my mind is one day we went to one day, like every year, me and my family, we would go to Cedar Point. And then one year we decided, after we got done with Cedar Point, we're gonna drive all the way over to Wisconsin to get some cheese. And we did that. So here we spent the whole day.
Look, Wisconsin cheese is worth the road trip.
Well, yeah, but you know what we did? So, like I said, we were at Cedar Point. We were there the majority of the day. Like, we didn't stay there until, like, closing time when they kick you out, unless you're, you know, hotel member, whatever. But yeah, we were there for a while, and then we left, and then we drove all the way to Wisconsin to get the Wisconsin cheese, but we stopped at a gas station. We just stopped at a gas station to do it, and I don't even think we legit had anything. And then we drove back. It was weird. It's not like a really interesting story, but it's just a weird story.
Hey, Weirdness
And
Master, how you
I-
doing? It's nice to have you here.
I am 3 inches away from being done with your bag, and then I can start on the handles, I should say.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to move my microphone here just a little bit.
Only interesting thing is school. I volunteered a lot. I was working as a volunteer in gym, and a guy lost it, like growling at people, and the teacher was gone. He ended up having to be strapped to a wheelchair, and the front of the school closed off. It was fun trying to get the other students to not antagonize and shoo. Wow. That is a heck of a thing. Doing good. About to post in Sharpie's chat. Had a few bots that spammed. Oh, racial slurs that need to be banned like immediately. I got them done on Teal and Sharpie already though.
Good. Yeah, let me know when you get that post, and I'll make sure to do the bans on them too. So yeah, it's something that's been happening with Twitch the past couple of weeks. People doing the whole hate rating thing, and yeah, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't get why people are the way that people are. I have another travel story for you guys here. Yeah, it really is. It's senseless. And
Said your other car story.
the Chicago
Traveling
one.
story. Because I won't deny, when you started the other story, the first one, I thought you were talking about the one where you went with Tom.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Is that the one? Good,
Yeah.
good.
So we're talking about like horrific stories from our lives. You missed my wedding story, and you missed my trip to Seattle story. But I'm about to tell you this one here. Let's see what you guys have to say about this one. So when I was younger, I worked at Domino's Pizza. It was my first real job. My first job was working for a farmer. I worked for him for 2 seasons, shucking corn. You want to talk about a job that's really going to get your hands pretty quickly ruined? Shuck corn for a living for a season for a farmer. Yeah, exactly, Lee. I already have too. Yeah. I don't know why they're not automatically banned anyways. I don't know why they're not on the list already, but anyways, so when I was a teenager, I worked at Domino's Pizza, and I was a delivery driver, and I had at that time a 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit. This car was awesome. I loved this car. This car had gone through so much hell, like not just teenager driving hell, right? Because that's a thing, but I'm trying to. Come on, microphone arm. Deal with me here, please. We're only going to be on for a little while longer. Anyways, so the car had gone through 4 floods that completely inundated all the way, like totally covered everything. It had gone through 2 fires and survived me jumping it off of a 2-car garage into a snowbank. So this car had gone through a lot. It was definitely a nice a nice survival car kind of a thing. You know what I mean? So anyways, this day, my friend Tom and I decided after work to take a trip to Chicago. Now we lived in Indiana, on the far east side of Indiana. So we're talking a pretty long trip. You know, it took a good few hours to get there. So, okay. Thank you, Weirdness. I appreciate it. So not only did we decide to take this little road trip in this car that had gone through so much, but at the same time, we decided to get stoned out of our gourds doing it. So we made this trip in the middle of the night. It was 11 o'clock when we left here in Indiana, and we didn't get to Chicago until about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hard time to be in Chicago.
Yeah, great time to be in Chicago, right? Exactly. Yeah, that happens. They use those false fonts and stuff. Yeah. If you put it into MooBot, I think that MooBot actually avoids, like it reads the baseline text, not the fonts. So like that might be a way to do things. So anyways, we end up at in Chicago at about 3:00 in the morning, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to Chicago, but it's a very big city. It's very big, and there are a lot of different sections of it. And we ended up in a not very good section of Chicago. And Tom decides that he wants to have some fun and go for a walk in the middle of Chicago in this very, very, very bad neighborhood. Not the best idea. I finally get him convinced to come back into the car, and we start driving back home again. And we get just outside of Chicago, and suddenly my engine catches on fire. Okay, this is not a good situation. So I pull the car over. We're on the highway. I pull the car over, pop open the hood, and I'm like, literally pouring all of my Mountain Dew all over the engine so that I could get it put out. It finally gets out, and I try to figure out why it happened. And basically what occurred was that somebody had filled up the oil in the car and didn't put the cap on all the way. So it took from me driving from Indiana to Chicago before the thing finally worked itself loose enough that it popped off. And then by the time that we left Chicago, oil had sprayed all over the engine, and the engine then got hot enough to actually light it on fire. So I had to try to figure out a way to limp back home, and I found the only thing that I could do was to drive the car for about 10 minutes, stop the car, turn it off, and then leave it off for about 15 minutes to let it cool off enough so that it wouldn't catch on fire again. I also, in the meantime, took one of the cans and I cut it, and I took a rubber band and I put it on the oil cap area, basically, so that I could keep what oil was left in it, and so I ended up finally limping home. But my friend Tom, for whatever reason, he decided that he was not going to participate in the drive back home, even though I was tired and just as stoned out on my gourd as he had been. He needed to pass out in the back seat and left me to do all the driving. I could not wake him up. It took me until almost noon the next day to get home. And I finally got home and passed out. You know what I mean? But that car went through a lot, man. That car saved my life so many times. And it was one of those things where, because I had jumped it off of the parking garage into the snowbank, the shocks blew. And it wasn't just that they blew, they literally cracked in half. So every time that I hit a bump, it felt like the hand of God reaching down and touching my soul, kind of a thing. It was just, blam kind of a thing. And the funner part of this car too was that it had a setup on it where as you drove down the road and the air pressure went against the headlights would actually start to rise up, right? So it would kind of, and so that you could see farther ahead with your headlights based on how fast you were going, right? Well, something had occurred to the one that was on the right-hand side, the passenger side, because every time that I hit a bump as well, this light would just bounce up and down. So it was like I was sending signal lights out to the universe of, aliens, come down here and get me. I'm right here, kind of a thing. Spotlight
sending out Morse code as you drove.
Yeah, sending out Morse code, exactly. And I must have caused quite the stir to people that passed me by. This light just bouncing around, you know what I mean? Never got stopped for it though. Never got pulled over for it. Anyways, so the other thing with this car was that if you were stopped, you wouldn't hear it, but as you got faster and faster, the graphite on the inside of the speedometer had like worn down to the point, because again, it had been through 4 floods that completely covered it. Right. The graphite had gotten like broken down to the point where, like, as the speedometer would rise, the graphite on the inside of it, you'd hear this like horrific kind of a sound that you could hear like from half a block away, is how loud this thing was. And the speedometer would just sit there and bounce up and down and up and down. You couldn't tell how fast you were going or anything. So anyways, by the time that all was said and done, I ended up finally selling this car off to a friend of mine for a couple $100. And I'm like, I don't know how long this car is going to last, but she needed the car, you know, she needed a vehicle. And the thing lasted for 2 weeks and then died completely, and it wouldn't start up or anything again. I think it was just holding on just because it liked me and it didn't want to die for me, you know? So it was like, no, I'm not going through another owner, dude. I'm done, you know? So she had to trash it, and I gave her the money back. You know, I was like, no, just take it, man. It's not, I'm not going to take your money. It's all good. So there you go. Horrific stories from the road with the good old Ira, I guess you could say. And hopefully you guys enjoyed those facts of my life, those weirdnesses of my life. Been through some stuff, man. I've been through some stuff. It's been a very interesting set of days for me. But
I'm so grateful you can't drive anymore. I kid.
Yeah, sure. I know you kid, right? Never got into an accident though. Never really got any tickets or anything. Got a couple of warnings. I've gotten more warnings and tickets not driving than driving.
I will share a story though, real fast.
Oh,
the
you
quick
will,
one.
huh?
Very quick one. The last time that he drove, that I was with him, we were downtown, a big city in Indiana. Downtown, literally downtown, during the middle of the day. Well, it was more towards afternoon. And
I lay no claims to this story, by the way.
oh, you don't, huh?
No,
So he was driving, and this was towards the tail end of when he could drive. Because again, as I said, this was the last time he drove with me, and with me in the car. And he comes up to a stoplight. It's red. It's still red, but he goes. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like looking every which way. Because again, we are freaking down. The big city, how there wasn't another car around, how we didn't get into an accident, I don't know, let alone a cop or something catching us. But yeah, he just goes. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, the light was still red. He's like, oh, I didn't see it. It looked like it turned green. No, it was still red. Yeah.
I lay no claims to this story. Not at all.
Do what?
I lay no claims to this story. Not at all.
After that, the whole ride home, I'm like, it's still red. So, no. The whole time, I'm like, do we need a switch? I will drive the rest of the way. Do we need a switch? He's like, no, I'm fine. No. To be fair, the reason why that happened though is because the way that my eyes work, all the stuff like comes filtering in. You know what I mean? So what happened was I saw the light green on the other light, the other direction, and it like was superimposed over the red light that was in front of us. So it's not my fault. I lay no claim to this story. This is not me. So your dad is the worst. What did he do? He will just fall asleep. Well, I've always said that I want to go out peacefully like my grandpa and not like his passengers screaming. The Dutch.
Boo. Boo. That was your bad dad joke for the day. That was your bad dad joke for the day. I don't know. I've been through a lot, but I never regret anything. I don't have any regrets over any of the stuff that I've been through or the stuff that I've done or anything along those lines. It's just, it is what it is. It's a life lived, I guess. I don't know. Weird. But fun. What fun. there was another thing I was trying to think of, and it's like I had it in my head, and then suddenly it went poofta. I don't know.
Is it a vehicle story or
but I can't remember what it
the
was.
moose story?
Huh?
The moose story?
The
I
deer.
know that was. Huh?
The deer.
Deer.
Yeah. Not a
See, I
moose.
keep thinking it's a moose.
You keep saying moose, but it's not a moose.
But anyways, deer. The deer story.
So, okay. I was, again, we live in Indiana where the deer are very prevalent. And I was driving through a very country area. I worked at a place doing deliveries and stuff. So I was driving down this highway, and it was kind of like there's a couple of highways that are here in Indiana that one of them's called the old US 30. It was like this long road that kind of goes through a lot of forested areas, basically. And so I was heading down this old highway, middle of the night, and this deer comes out of the woods, and he starts like running along next to me. Like he's like in the ditch area, right? Or, well, would be a ditch area, but it wasn't like dug very deep, right? It was just there. So he was running right beside where my car is, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's up with this deer, but I like hit the gas a little bit trying to get ahead of him because, you know, I don't want him to run out in front of me and slam into a deer. That's not a fun situation to be in, right? So he picks up speed too. And as he picks up speed, he starts like moving over to the side, like closer to me. And I'm like, okay, this is not good, right? What's this deer trying to do? And suddenly he like turned his head and wham, slams his head with his antlers right into the door. Like the whole car like rocked hard to the side. And I'm like, oh crap. You know, I'm like holding on for dear life, trying to get, you know, keep control of this car. And like, he's still running, and he ran at me again, just bam, slammed into it. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this deer? Like, this deer is fucking freaking out, right? So, like, he did it another couple of times, and finally, like, I don't know, maybe he like got himself stunned or something because he hit me too hard, but he dropped behind again, and I'm slamming on the gas trying to head down the road, you know. And sorry for the F-bomb there, by the way. Anyways, so I get further down the road, and finally, like, I stop the car because I'm shaking, like hard shaking. And so I get out of the car and I take a look, and there's like holes all in my doorway and everything on the passenger side from where this dude's antlers like just bam right into the door. And I'm like, good God, I don't know what got into that deer. I don't know if maybe he got a hold of a mushroom or something and he was tripping out hard or something. I don't know, but man, that was one scary freaking deer, I tell you what. Whew. I've never encountered a deer like that before. It was scary. It was scary. So yeah, it's you live in the country area, you definitely deal with some interesting stuff, that's for sure. But anyways, well, listen, guys, I've been on for a few hours here. My voice is getting a little bit tired and all that kind of good stuff. So I do think that I'm going to take my leave of things this evening and get a little bit of rest. But I know that poor Jolene, has been in the potty again all night long. And although not too bad tonight comparatively. But yeah, it was competition, right? Exactly. But we're gonna do a little raid on somebody. Let's see who we can do today. Let's see. Yeah, let's do her. That'll work. We're gonna give a raid on Lilith. Lilith is a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun to be with. I'm not sure what she's doing today. What is she playing today? Where are you, Lilith?
It shows Apex Legends.
Okay. Although she might be doing something different. Let me see, because last night when we tried to raid, or the last time I tried to raid with her, she was actually hosting somebody else. So let me make sure. Yeah. She's actually hosting somebody else. So we'll do somebody else. Let's see. Who else do I have that you guys might enjoy? Sure, we can go with some music. We'll go with Susie Otto. That'll work. So Susie Otto, this is a DJ. She's really cool. She does some really fun music. So we'll go ahead and head over to her and have a little bit of fun over there. How's that sound to you guys? All right. Well, I will be back again tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I always am. We'll finish up this picture. I think we'll get a little bit further in it. I haven't done much with it in the past hour or so, but we'll get something for progressed and go from there. But yeah, I want to be sure to thank you guys so much for coming in tonight and being with me and Jolene. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So Jolene, you got any final things you want to say?
Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Much love to you. Keep safe out there. Have fun. We'll talk to you again next time.
Incoming customer detected.
Keep your eyes open, boys.
We need to have a serious talk.